guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be filming this spot today, mostly because the last time I was here was 2 years ago. This spot is really hard to get into, and my last video was really bad. You can view that up here somewhere. I'll have it listed in a link. You can go hit that little eye, it'll take you right to it. But I have better equipment, my channel is doing much better, so I thought, why not revisit one of my favorite locations. Now, this place is absolutely beautiful. I've been here several times. You guys have seen this cemetery several times because it's one of my favorite spots. Today, we are going to revisit inside this church for the first time in 2 years. Okay, the first thing I noticed when I walked in, the heat. It is hot. There's no water, no electric in this church, and it is hot. Imagine being a member of this congregation in the summers of 1700s, 1800s, because this church is over 260 years old. Imagine being a part of that congregation during those times in the heat, and I just have on jeans and my work shirt. Imagine being here in the heat with about 300 other people, because this church can sit over 300 people. Imagine being in here through all kinds of weather, heat, snow. It is humid, and I am wearing literally a quarter of what women wore back in those times. Whew. Those steps are extremely steep, so you want to be careful when coming up. Every Sunday, they still come and light the candles on the chandeliers. Those are actual candles on chandeliers, and there's one right here, right there, and down there close to the entrance, and you have one over the pulpit. I am going to try and climb these pews because these pews are really steep. Just to give you guys some sort of perspective, this is my knee. My knee's right here. That's the first step to climb the pews. Okay. Last one, I think. Okay. And we're up. Now, what's really interesting about this church, I don't know if it was just this church or in churches in general, so if anybody knows, please feel free to comment because I love history. But anybody who owned slaves, they would sit on the top balcony of the pews. And the women and men were often segregated as well. The men would sit on one side of the church and the women would sit on the other side of the church. Now I think underneath this area would be where the women would sit because it looks a lot bigger, and women had bigger dresses back in the day and they had small children. So I'm gonna assume that's where the women would sit. I'm gonna try and get to the other side. It's kind of tricky. Okay, maybe not as bad as I. Oh, hey, there's a door down here. 1 second. Hang on. Ow. Looks like it's Bibles and hymnals and all kinds of cool stuff back here. Hello. So check out this old wood furnace. I'd have to look that up to see when they stop making these. That is really cool. It looks like some sort of attic or small storage area. I can't reach it. Maybe just some sort of small storage or unit space. Look, there's more people coming in to tour the church. I am sweating bullets. I don't think I've ever sweated this much on camera before. Ever. Okay. So we're going back down because I want to check out the organ in this church. Goodness. I had to get out of there. It was just way too hot. Guys, it's September. It shouldn't be this hot here. But I did meet some awesome new people. We spoke about the history, the cemeteries, my favorite part of the cemetery because they were new to this church. And I love talking like that with people. Like if I'm in a cemetery and you see me in a cemetery, like I love discussing that with people. I think I'm gonna do one last walkthrough before I go to work. Now the weather is getting kind of iffy, so I'm gonna walk down here through. Now I told some new friends I made that this part through here is my favorite because it's the oldest. I love the history in this state and I love older cemeteries. And this, if you followed any of my other videos, you would know this part of North Carolina has some amazing history between the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, War of 1812, the Indian Wars. I mean, there's all kinds of history just saturated here. Look how many people have turned up so far. I mean, that van just pulled up, but this is so neat. I love the fact that so many people are stopping and going in and learning so much about it. It's that time. I have to go to work. Otherwise, I would be out here a little bit longer. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment because I love exploring churches and cemeteries so much. There's a few other churches I'm trying to get into, so fingers crossed. Since you made it this far, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great afternoon. Peace out.